Hey guys, and welcome back to my awkward and random kitchen, where today I'm going to show you how to use pantry staples and leftovers to make a delicious plate of nachos. So in here is my freezer. You can see I have all kinds of crazy things in here, but one of my pantry staples, one of my freezer staples, is to always have frozen peppers and onions. Below us in the fridge, I'm going to grab some salad mix that I didn't use when I made a salad earlier this week. So that's a part of the leftovers. I'm putting it in the leftover camp. Some cheese that I bought for a different recipe, but again, we're putting it in the leftover camp. Some pork tenderloin that I grilled earlier this week. Again, more leftovers. And some sour cream, because pantry staple. Now over here in my actual pantry, I'm going to grab some things out of here. Let's see, we'll use, you would think I have this planned out, but I really don't. We'll use green chilies. I always keep green chilies in my pantry. Tomato paste, we'll get that. Need that for a little bit of extra flavor. And that may be all I get out of this. And now for spices. I'm going to grab Sazon. These little packets of seasoning are just essential if you're making Tex-Mex kind of meals. And because I like it, ground mustard. And garlic powder. Let's also add some cilantro and lime. I have a skillet. I am going to put a form of fat. It doesn't really matter what kind of fat you use, but today I think that I shall use butter. Okay, we're just going to put our peppers in the pan with the butter. I haven't turned it on yet. This is a half a bag. Throw it in there. So when you get the Sazon, it's like this. I'm just going to use one of these. Sprinkle it over the peppers and onions and butter. Okay. And then, I don't use recipes. I just put it in there what I think I need. So that was garlic, mustard, and then cilantro, lime. And we'll set the skillet to medium. You gotta clean and put away your stuff, while you're doing it, because, clean as you go. It's a food industry standard and saying for a reason. Makes you feel a little less crazy, and also your workspace is more manageable. So make sure you do. I know you're not supposed to play with your food, but why not? It's your food. This is, I don't know, about 2 inches of a pork tenderloin that I grilled earlier this week. And I'm just going to shred it and set it aside to put in the fajitas later. Because it's already cooked. It doesn't need any more cooking. It just needs to be warmed through. And if you put it in now while your peppers are thawing and starting to get tender, you're just going to make the pork hard. And you could use any kind of leftover meats you've got. Or even, if you wanted to, you could use jerky and reconstitute it by letting it soak in hot water. You could use that too. Although it might be a little chewier than, say, chicken that you shred. And if you don't want to use your hands, you certainly don't have to. You can use a fork or 2 forks. Just put it on a plate or in a bowl. And then take 2 forks. And kind of like the opposite of what you would do to mix the salad, you tear apart rather than mix up. We have a little light bubbling. The onions are kind of translucent. The peppers give easily underneath my wooden spatula. So we are going to add the next of the ingredients. I'm going to put it in a whole can of green cherries. This is just a, well, I say a whole can. This is a 4-ounce can of green chilies. And then I'm going to put in 3 tablespoons of tomato paste. Now, you don't have to use tomato paste if you didn't want to use tomato paste. Another good pantry staple is to always have a couple of cans of tomatoes with green chilies. There's a brand that starts with an R and ends with tail. You could always have that in your pantry. I think that's always a good thing. It's one of my pantry staples. But I didn't want to use tomatoes today. I just wanted to use the tomato paste. So I have the flavor of the tomatoes and I have the thickness of the paste to keep this all kind of together. But I don't have actual tomatoes, like chunks in there. So you can see it's not going to take it long for everything to get to the same temperature. We're going to let everything get nice and bubbly. It's starting to do that now. If I stop stirring, you would see the bubbles. We're going to get everything nice and bubbly. See? Do you see those bubbles right there? Right there? Everything is heating through. It's starting to get kind of rolling. Starting to lose a little bit of moisture. So what we're going to do now is dump in our shredded pork. Get that nice and coated so it can heat through. Sorry, I'm terrible at angles. I've said that already once today. I was telling somebody recently that on my videos, you'll never have to doubt if I'm terrible at angles, if I like dill, or if I love you guys. Okay, so we've got this. Now I'm going to set it down to low. And I'm going... Is that it? It seems small. Yep, that's... Oh! Yep. I'm going to put a lid on it. Also, you can check this out. This is how I keep my lids. I keep them in a dish drainer under my sink. Easy access, and it like keeps them organized because they stand up. I like these kind of recipes and dishes because you can put them on the stove, you can put a lid on it, and then you can come outside and tell your dog to stop barking at the neighbors. Stop it. Thank you. I love them, but they've got to stop barking at the neighbors. Say hello. Say hello, Opal. I have removed the lid, and I can see that everything has heated all the way through. But we're going to test it real quick, just to make sure. That should get out the way through. So I'm going to swallow this incredibly hot pork. Oh, boy howdy. And a cymbal. I'm sorry for coughing, y'all. That hit my throat and burned all the way down. That was bad. I'm so sorry. And I have in my bowl here some blue corn chips, which could either be staple or leftovers, because I did buy them for a particular dish, but I think most people have chips in their pantry. And I am going to take now some of this mix, just set it on top. Yep. Grab some cheese. Whew, that burn still hurts. Scalded my windpipe, I think. A little cheese on top. I want to put some greens on it. You don't have to do this part, but I want to, so I'm going to just put some over on the side. A little leafy greenage. A couple of olives, because I like them. and the tiniest little dollop of sour cream. Nachos are great because you don't really even need a fork. Just get your chip, dig down in there. I'm going to do an obligatory taste spot. You guys are going to be really excited about this. Here's your chip. Let me get that up there. Look at it. How pretty. Y'all, that is as good as you can get in any kind of store, any kind of restaurant. And it only took me 20 minutes. And I didn't buy anything in particular for this. It's all pantry staples and leftovers. How can it get any better? Love you guys. Bye.